you guys? Welcome to another banging episode of Is This Scripted? My name is Jonathan. How are you guys doing? Hi, my fellow Is This Scriptedians.
Hi.
I didn't miss you guys. Whatever. How have you guys been?
How are you, Daphne?
Wow. She just shifted
I
the
promise
conversation.
that this episode is going to be less chaotic than anything.
That's
that
not
we've
even
ever
But
true.
no.
I feel
How
like
are
we
you,
downloaded
Daphne?
the entire
I'm doing
chaos of
good.
Uh-huh, how
Now,
are you?
guys, let's give it up
Don't
for
even touch me ever.
this
I like
beautiful lady. Look at the hair.
Styled by me.
Joking.
You could have waited.
She was gonna give you
now.
the credit.
It's a lie.
She was going to give you credit.
Oh yeah, give the credit. They'll cut what I said out.
Anyways, how has your week been?
My week has been good and stressful, honestly. And
What did you
thank
do
you
all
for
week?
styling my hair.
You're welcome.
It's been a bit stressful from having to, shoot for brands because most times, that's what I do.
Okay, a star.
Last week, I
thought
did
you
not
was stuck.
sleep. Like I had a shoot from 2 p.m. till the next day. That's around 5 a.m.
Overnight, like no rest.
Yeah, rest in between, but then
But the money complemented,
being the
right?
creative director and having to shoot and all of that, it's like a lot. So
But the money
it's been-
complemented.
I don't know about that one. Though.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been so much. I just need time to rest. Like, please, somebody take me on a
You need a
vacation.
spa day.
I don't even want spa bag. That massage, you get it.
You need to get out. How about you, Jonathan?
So pretty much I've been indoors like for the entire time. But on Monday I had a spa day actually. So yeah, manis, pedis, got to do my hands
Oh,
there.
that's very cute.
And then I went to the cinema and I saw what's that thing?
Ballerina.
No,
Wicked.
Jesus, Wicked, yeah. And also saw Sinners.
Is Wicked still in the cinemas?
Yeah, it still is. But it's
Oh,
not a
very
blockbuster. Yeah, it still is. So, and then here's the beautiful thing. So after I saw it in the cinema, when I go back on my show, I saw it wasn't Showmax. I just
Oh, you
realized
didn't know?
Hey, you wasted your money.
Well, no, I mean,
Yeah.
the cinematic experience was actually what I wanted for the
Okay.
movie. Like, I wanted to see it in the cinema and see with some other people so that, like, just get, like, every other person's reaction to it. And, of course, I saw Sinners, interesting movie. I don't know, man, like, Ryan Coogler is, like, insane. Like, what he has done and is doing as a director and a producer in Hollywood is very, very, like, it's beautiful to behold. It feels like he's constantly breaking records as a producer and a director. And, something that struck me, I don't know if you remember me talking about, like, original score for the last episode where I talked about Ludwig Göransson for, like, the score for Black Panther. I did my, like, little research after I came out from the cinema. That's me. I'm, like, a movie geek. But, so I realized that Ludwig Göransson and Ryan Coogler went to like the same movie school and they've been like locked in together, doing stuff, winning awards and bagging records like since ever.
And they're like proper friends.
And they're like friends. So it just, like sent me like a tiny message to like, work with your friends. Like, like it's a short message to like creatives who like to walk above like their group and like creative niche or creative how do I put it, like fellow creatives. You want to like for example, you have like 10,000 followers and you want to work with someone that has like 1 million followers. It just inspired me to like work with creators who are in my space, who are in my reach, right? Like work with friends as well. Like,
I think I also like to agree with you. I think that since COVID 2020, a lot of like people have been pondering on collaborating with starting with what you have, collaborating with the people that you know, the people that are around you, as opposed to chasing the numbers. Chasing numbers is good as well, but then like for your creative self, for your creative energy, it's very important that you work with people that are ready to do the work with you, not people that just want to give you resources and also take resources from you.
And most times the people with the numbers are actually of no use to some certain people.
Yeah.
Right? So we always would ignore the fact that, this person has about 2,000 followers. But you know that the people that have like 2,000 or 1,000 followers are actually the real deal. That's what we do not understand. This particular producer, I've forgotten his name, he did a particular movie sometime. I know he came to promote it and all. And then I checked him out. He didn't even have up to like 3,000 followers. But then the movie was like really good. And it's a Nigerian producer.
the thing is,
and that's how we now feel like, oh, if this person has like 200,000 or let's say 1,000,000 or 2,000,000, yeah, the person is going to actually bring out great stuff. But then most of the times they actually just bring out something that we are 1,001% used to.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
And that's why we're not reviewing movies today, guys. As you know, I work in 9 to 5. So my week was pretty straightforward. I went to work on Monday.
And it was almost
Tuesday.
fired.
No, I wasn't.
All right, I mean, I'm just adding spice to the
Oh,
gist.
God. But then, yeah, like this week was nice because we did like I marked some of my major goals for the month this week, so that means my monthly report is going to be packed.
I think one day probably have a podcast on how is it working in a 9 to 5, then getting somebody, and we don't do 9 to 5.
I can't breathe 9 to 5. I feel like I'm going to die.
Yeah.
I'll be dead the day I start.
But I can't. Like, the traffic will kill me.
But you know what? Before I started 9 to 5, I'd always worked in media.
Okay.
So I'd worked in media full time for like 2 years. And you know, when you work in media, you have like late nights.
No,
Your mornings are like, you really don't have a routine because like I used to leave my house at 1 a.m. I used to leave sets at 3 a.m. to go back home. So it was very easy, very nice. But I started my 9 to 5 solely because I wanted like a bit of structure, which I have now. Like the amount of the structure that I have right now in my life is crazy because of my 9 to 5. So I would definitely still quit, and I don't think I can work another 9 to 5 after this.
Please
one.
don't play this one now, so that they don't.
Make them look fine. I beg.
No,
he didn't mean it.
The funny thing is,
He didn't mean it.
You don't mean it.
The funny thing is, I feel like everybody already. I don't know when I will quit, but anybody that
Already
sees me
knows,
already knows that
you're not gonna be.
I'm not. This is not me. I'm not made for this. Like the way I dress to the office, they've given up on me. They're like, just do you at this point. So I think like, yeah, it makes sense.
Interesting. All right, you guys. So last week was cool. We saw your comments. And for those of you that listen to the audio, I want to say big thank you. I like to always, gratitude and stuff. But this week, we're taking a very drastic turn from what we did last week. YFA. Young, famous, and African.
Young, famous, and
So before we even
Are
start...
they young?
Oh God.
Well, I think the context of young is like, like not very
the
old,
concept of
not
young
dead.
is
Oh,
vibrant.
Jesus.
I think vibrant is the word.
Well,
Okay.
because they're actually not young. I do agree with it.
They're not young.
Yeah. So the thing is, Young, Famous, and African is a show on Netflix. It's in its 3rd season.
Yes.
So I don't know if they've lost the ball, but originally the show is like a conglomerate of like different African celebrities, African stars, people who have made their mark in whatever industry that they're in, either in the fashion industry as entertainers, music, lifestyle. It's like bringing all of them big celebrities to a particular set or in the same space, to just get like a wind of how their life goes. Almost like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but not family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And there are like 3 seasons in, and we'll be reviewing the 3rd season today. But let's talk about the original cast from the 1st season, which is the same original people that have gone on.
I was even going to ask that for you mentioned young, famous African big artists, big people from their countries, and
but I did not say biggest though. Just
so that's what I'm about to say now.
Yeah.
Would you think with the season, like what you're about to say, with this 3rd season, is the casting really casting?
Okay, so I'm going to say this one time and only one time.
That's a lie, actually, but let's move on.
I think they lost the ball with the casting. And let me tell you why. From the original season, we saw people like Andale, Nika DJ, who are actually big in SA. Nadia Nakai, we had Zari, Kanye Mbao. These are big people in South Africa. Then we had Swanky Jerry, Annie DB as well. And we move on to the 2nd season.
The 2nd season, that for Swanky. See, I don't want us to now start dragging like in the beginning of the show. But then Swanky and Annie, do you think that they are like the best
a good
cast
representation of Nigeria?
From Nigeria, because we have amazing people that should have been in that show. Yeah.
Annie was married to one of Nigeria's biggest music stars.
Wait, that's not what's the name of this show? This is show that's for
wives.
That's not what we're doing here. Not Real Housewives.
I'm heading
like
somewhere.
Wives of something. Wives, something like that.
Wives
yes.
So I'm heading somewhere. she was married to one of like the biggest music stars in Nigeria. I mean, in Nigeria, not globally. And she also built a career for herself. Aside that, people love her. Like, people love her. She has an audience. She has always had one. So I think that's why, like, whenever we talk about, like, people being big and people being stars, these are things that we should just consider.
Okay.
When they talk, would people listen?
Okay.
If people are going to listen to what you have to say, I think that if you can influence a number of people, I think that
You're fit and qualified.
Yeah, you can qualify.
Okay,
Because people are willing to watch you, so you're also pulling numbers into the show as well.
True,
Yeah.
true.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I feel like that can also, like, we can't expect them to get the biggest people. Their budgets might not have been that big. You know, they had to still work with a tight budget because Netflix and all. But then, like, still, I think they did well with the first casting, like
Season.
the original
First season.
casting.
Do you mean for the first season?
Yeah, the original
Okay.
casting, they did so well. But I think moving forward, because they brought Bonang Matiba and the second one,
She was.
I'm like, getting Bonang Matiba to your show,
That's
she's
huge.
big.
She's big. I feel
She's like really, really big.
She's.
And I feel like that's
top one,
why,
top
like,
two.
from the second season, that's why she said, no, I'm out. I can't be here.
And that she feels like, you know, this space is not for me.
Yeah.
I think when we're like, maybe I'm bigger than this, because a lot of things happen that brings out the worst in you, and we're not supposed to be seeing that, because the kind of it's just the way I just say, oh, Jonathan is so sweet, and you know, all of that, and then I get into his innermost space, and then I see the way, sometimes, you know, the way you react, I'm like, no, I don't think I should actually see this side or bring out this side, so it doesn't tarnish the kind of image that people have of you. So probably that's the why she actually, you know, maybe that's why she actually left.
And also, I feel like if you are if you have a career in entertainment and you truly care about your career, don't go on a reality show. Don't do it.
True.
No matter how good you are as a person, don't do it.
Now here's the thing. I think that a lot of celebrities or a lot of persons who are in entertainment tend to go on reality TV shows to keep themselves afloat. Now, I've realized that over the years, it's not really about what we see on social media. Sometimes they're not getting it. Sometimes they're probably not even getting the bag as we think they are, or they're not getting them deals. Sometimes when you see that a celebrity has gotten a brand deal, sometimes you need to even look into the deal and see that it's a deal. You know, it's only a deal when you're benefiting, and what the benefit is like across the roof or like up the roof. Sometimes it could just be like a 50-50 thingy.
Yeah.
You're even paying as much as the brand is getting from what they're getting from the audience and stuff. So the thing is, they get on these shows sometimes to be relevant.
Yeah. And you know,
To stay relevant?
yeah.
Sometimes to say, you'll be
also,
shocked.
and also to make money.
Yes.
And you
And
see,
as well as to make money,
let me
but
tell you
to
something.
stay relevant.
Branding and imaging is an entire industry within the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
And that's like part of the things that I do. So I understand when, like, it's just like the literal saying, what you see on social media is
It's
not
not
real.
true.
Yeah.
None of that is real. Like, there's a lot of things that we package for you guys to see. Like, people have to look.
Nobody ever shows their bad side on
People
social
like
media.
to look the part.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, I agree. Because, like, when you're a Hollywood star in America, you get to a point where people stop giving you jobs. And then what do they turn to? You write a book.
Yeah.
It's either you write a book, go on and get a
memoir.
reality show, get a
Memoir.
cook show or a talk show.
Yeah.
That you now
So, like,
feel like
stay relevant.
everybody's doing something.
Yeah.
J-Hud as an EGOT. She's there. People are dragging her every day for a show. They call her a terrible host every day. But then, like, she has a talk show because she has to stay relevant.
Yeah.
You know, they have to do something.
Thank you so much. Now that you've mentioned Jennifer Hudson, just so we're clear, having an EGOT is like the height
That's
like the
up
pinnacle of
there.
awards. So the EGOT is like an Emmy, a Grammy, an
Not a
Oscar,
lot of
and a
people have
Tony.
EGOTs.
There are only about 18 people who have got EGOTs in the world,
That's how crazy
living
it
or
is.
dead. So now the thing is, now it's just crazy how the entertainment industry is, whether in Niger or out of Niger, you can sit up at the pinnacle and still have to
still have nothing.
try to stay relevant.
Yeah. That's true.
Like
though.
you can. Everybody just thinks that.
And do you know why? Do you know why it's like that? People in the industry as well are working overtime to stay relevant. So everybody's on the move. So you really can't like rely on anything. You can't rely on your awards. You can't rely on your talent alone.
Yeah.
Like you just can't sit down. You also have to be on the move with everybody else.
Yeah.
So like the industry is built and designed in that way. It's designed to look that way. So to an extent, you also have to just join.
So let's come back to YFA for a bit.
Yeah.
So the third season started with Zari's wedding. The drama from the previous season, of course, like found its way into the first episode.
Of course.
I remember that Swanky and Annie had like a clash at the end of season 2. So when they got first, I'm not really about the antics of it because in all honesty, we're not here to explain what the show is about. Obviously, like we hope that we're able to, review it, logically and strategically so that everyone gets on to go watch it on the platforms. But here's the thing. I feel like their fights are very, very scripted. Like during Zari's wedding, remember when Annie had to crash out to somebody about something that happened in the previous season, Nadia. And it was very uncalled for, unnecessary.
Yeah, it was
it was very unnecessary. Like
it felt like she was seeking attention. Like this is not your wedding. Bloody sit down in that awful dress you have on. And
no, the dress wasn't awful. We all can agree. The dress wasn't awful. It was beautiful.
I'm not dying. I just had a flashback of it.
Jonathan just hates anything for any reason.
No, you don't get it. Like it was awful. Like Vicky James would never style that.
The white dress.
Yeah, the white dress. Not the white dress that she wore when she was doing the diary room sort of.
The white dress she wore. The one she attended. Oh, that dress is ugly.
No, it wasn't just very. It wasn't. Okay. It wasn't. It. Like no. Here's the thing.
No, I don't agree. But okay to your opinion.
I believe that there's a standard that YFA has carried on over the years.
People had worse dress than that, but then it's fine.
Thank you so much.
But then, there's nothing bad about the dress, but I understand where you're coming from.
Thank you. So, and also...
Everything's bad to Jonathan.
No, everything isn't bad.
I wasn't talking to you.
Of course
what did you think about Annie's dress for the wedding?
It was okay, no.
What's okay?
It was okay. It was good. She's not the bride now.
Yeah.
She's not the bride. She's not supposed to outshine the bride or do so much.
I mean, she couldn't.
Maybe she would have added a veil. It would have looked better. You wanted a veil.
Oh, shut up.
I saw what you did there.
Yeah.
I
also saw I'm not blind. Do you think I've got shades on for no reason?
What do you guys think about What do you guys think about Zari? And a reaction to the thing that Annie said at a wedding about Shakib being young.
Yeah,
Shakib is her husband, by the way.
Before we move to talking about the proper, we have 3 new fake cast.
Yeah.
So we have Kefiwe.
I love her middle name.
We have Kefiwe and Iniedo, then Sakib.
Inyabang.
That's sweet.
Nobody calls her Inyabang.
Then we also have Sakib, just 3 new cast
Shakib
on the show.
Considered a castmate.
Consider the cast because
he's
married to Zari,
once Zari kicks him out, I mean immediately Annie was.
But I love the both of them.
I mean, he doesn't have a picture of her on his Instagram.
Please, nobody should drag me, please. But I don't think that marriage will last. Let's move past it.
No, there's no need for anybody to drag. Anybody who is sane and has good entertainment eyes would know that marriage was just for the show, and obviously he doesn't even like her. In the first episode.
Really?
What are you saying?
He doesn't like
her. He's in love with her.
Chill.
It's
all for the show. Everything they're doing is tailored to make it look as though it is genuine.
I do agree that the wedding was fake as hell.
It was fake.
Zari would not have that kind of wedding.
Too small.
It was too not Zari.
Zari would not do that. So initially, I thought the wedding was fake because it did look fake. But then, yeah.
This guy is such a hater and he calls me a hater all the time.
The both of you, actually.
Right. Until we found out that Zari said, allegedly, because I didn't see the video or the text or evidence, but Zari said that they are getting married. But I honestly believe that they are getting married before they started filming and they needed to do a wedding for the show. Because when Zari invited everybody to a wedding, and then Swanky, the dynamic of the wedding can already you can tell that this wedding wasn't real. They're acting because somebody is bringing an extra person to your wedding. Sitting arrangements have been prepared
and that's the introduction. I'm trying to introduce Kefiwe to the show, and then the fact that the camera, mics, and everything.
Exactly, and she was she just walked in because she was looking for her friend. Bitch, they were filming you.
Like, do you know how many camera angles they took for Kefiu to walk into that wedding?
Like 5
First of
different
all,
angles, and you say
I
you were
think a
looking
Rolls
for your
Royce
friend.
parked
Why are
at
you
the
lying?
entrance, and then she walked like almost towards the couple.
Yeah.
And then she turned and went to sit
And just like that, perfect timing.
And then she was like,
And Swanky's number was not going through.
It wasn't intentional.
It wasn't
So it's still in that first episode, I think the second episode, I know that there was a seat reserved for Diamond, but when I think Diamond was in the salon and
After you
And with,
say this,
naked.
there's one moment I really want
with
to
naked
talk about.
DJ, and then
God,
Diamond
I'm dying.
said that he wasn't invited. So I didn't get that gist. The same way we have
No,
now
Diamond
found,
was invited.
was.
You know that Diamond. So let me say this, and I'm going to.
She
say
wanted
this
like
one
a
time.
grand
Diamond
invite.
is a baby. Is a messy boy. Is the Davido of Tanzania. He likes to be in mess. He likes to be on the internet every other day. He likes to do nonsense, messy stuff. So yeah, Diamond is a baby. I don't know what they're whispering about, but yeah, Diamond is a baby.
My face. I want to start with social medium.
Diamond,
My face will not be there.
Diamond is a baby because you were invited.
But
If
you
she
could have
personally
said all
invited
of
you
this
or
without
not.
mentioning Davido's name now.
No, Davido is messy. Everybody knows now, but we're not talking about Davido
Straight
here.
bullets.
Anyway.
Yes.
Anyways, you were invited. There was a seat prepared for you. You got the invite.
it's the
because
way he-
Zari didn't call you on the
Personally,
phone
yeah.
personally to tell you to come to our wedding. And he probably knew that Zari already got married before they filmed. So you're saying
So
you
that
don't want
means
to attend
even
because
in
she
the
didn't call
original
you.
wedding,
Please.
he was not in
No,
the original.
I'm very sure she didn't
He was
invite
not
because she
in
had
the
cancelled
original
him at the
wedding.
time now. So I'm
And
very
it's
sure she
fact-
didn't invite him.
Like that guy, honestly, is the biggest playboy I have seen.
No.
Like, having to watch somebody and then you know that this is the person's lifestyle. That
And he
guy
does it
is
unprovoked.
good. Like,
You have a full
good.
girlfriend.
He
Say you brought
is-
flowers from Tanzania. Will you get
And
out?
see, let me tell
Flowers
you,
from
that guy
where?
is just good. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
He can get anybody that he
No, he's
wants
good.
to. He's very
But
good.
he's
He's a
good.
good playboy.
No, he's a good playboy.
And that's
I mean,
the
it's
reason
cute,
why
but-
how people always
It's cute.
like.
It is cute. I mean, the act. But I have a very, very concerning and different opinion about that dude. I mean, no offense to his fans. And stuff. If you drag me, I like dragging him. But boy is not fine. I don't want to use the other word that is coming to my mouth.
He
But
got
there was a
money.
particular episode that he was trying
He
to say.
got money. Let's close it. Close it. He got money. He has money.
There's some people, there's some celebrities now
so-
that
He
have
has
money
money.
that
so-
weren't as fine.
So let me tell you something, Jonathan. Most times, half the time, attraction isn't about what anyone looks like.
it's monetary.
No, it's not even monetary. Like, he has personality. When you look at Diamond, he does. Did you see the way he was talking to Fantana? He has personality, like mad-ass personality. The women that fall in love with that boy, they don't see his face.
And okay, they see the pocket.
Half the time, the
You
pocket
guys have
and
money,
his
so you don't see my
personality.
face. You get like I have money and stuff. I'm just,
but
I'm helping
remove
these
your
guys for a
glasses.
bit. After a while, I leave them. Yes.
Yeah, so guys, the moment I wanted to talk about,
Okay.
the moment Annie's entire life on the show, the moment we just predicted that it was the moment she did like this.
She tanked.
That was when she invited Fantana and decided to talk to Fantana about
Swanky and
Swanky and Nadia. So
you
let
see-
me tell you something. If I was ever in that, if anybody puts me in that situation, I've been in a similar situation like that at work where I destroyed the person. But then, if you put me in that situation, I would do exactly what Fantana did. The only person I owe my loyalty to is my friend. When you call me to tell me nonsense about my friends, best believe I'm leaving the place like this. I'm telling you, video call, I'm not going to like get home. I'm telling them everything. I'll download it from the
Yeah,
beginning.
I'm
In fact, I will record.
See, exactly. Me,
I will record it.
I'm not going to do, this is what she said and try to call her and stuff.
Play it for you.
Babes.
Please
like,
remind me.
babes.
Then I would drag-
not
I would
to
drag
say
you.
anything about anybody that this two knows to
No.
them.
The
so
thing
that
is-
I don't confide in you and you go behind.
No, that's
my
not
back and-
confiding.
That's
See, that's not.
You know that Swanky introduced this person. What were you expecting? Pity from somebody
the
that's
thing-
Swanky's friend, and she was telling you that my mom loves Swanky too.
Innocent
I'm telling you
even
that my
loves
mom, and you're
Swanky.
like, what are you doing?
They will beat him in Lagos. That's why he doesn't want to come late.
No, there was one thing she said.
I feel like
it's not wild. Do your findings.
I feel like Annie is schizophrenic. Now, I don't know. That's just.
I don't think.
I don't know. Like, of course,
I don't think so. I
this
don't
is
think
just founded on like the way that I see that she acts and my like small knowledge on, like I feel like she is, and I think that she has mentioned one time that she had to do therapy after filming. I think the second
I mean,
season
she was
of
recently in
YFA.
rehab.
She was in rehab, and
So
obviously,
is
like,
that the reason why
I
she was
think that
acting?
if
Because
you see
I
the way
felt
that
like it wasn't
not the way
normal.
that she
was
speaks,
frantic at,
there's just the way she gesticulates when she speaks. The twitching of the head, the constant, I don't know, like hand tremor and things.
But like all those
if
things,
you understand what I'm saying,
yeah,
if you do
all
like,
those things that she does, they stem from like real mental health struggles.
yeah, it's real. Like
Yeah,
you can't
like real
fake,
mental health
you can't fake
struggles.
these things.
So like with like everything that she did that season, I didn't really. Of course, I thought like a lot of her decisions were very not thought out. They were very wrong. But like
And out of place.
and
Too.
out of place. But looking at her struggles, and you can obviously tell that she had mental health struggles.
But you
And
know that for
let's be
her,
honest,
in season
Annie
2, it
has-
was very messy.
Yeah, Annie has been
with
through
Two-Face.
so
It was
much.
very messy.
I'm
Just
wondering
by
how-
being with that man in the first place destroyed her mental health. So I'm very happy that she's where she is now. She
she's
finally,
better.
yeah, they left each other. I don't know who
hope
divorced
she's
who.
better. I
I'm
actually
very
do
sure she's
hope-
better now.
I hope, really, and Annie has been through a lot.
According
like,
to the blogs, allegedly she was in rehab.
time immemorial, that girl has been struggling with.
Yeah.
I don't know, and Two-Face doesn't even come. It doesn't come off as that, but then again, you really cannot put a veil over that because we see it, and we might not see it in what you are till this divorce. I'm not gonna lie. Like anytime I hear that Two-Face is maybe abusive, or maybe they had a struggle, or one of the times where the voice notes leaked, or there was videos and all of those things. If you just see Two-Face outside, you really would not be able to tell that anything of the sort goes on in their house. That's why it is always advised to never take what you see on social media.
Let's look at it this way. I genuinely think that Two-Face is a peaceful person. Now,
know what?
the problem,
Wait.
the toxicity in that marriage stemmed from them just being together.
How do you know that? Are you in their marriage? I beg. Let's
It actually stems from them just being together.
Just Annie. We
This
have
in
other people.
the show
show.
as well. Like
It's about them
their
as
marriage
well.
was a huge part of the show.
Yeah, I know. That
was
was
a
in
huge
season
part of
2,
the
actually.
show.
That was in season 2.
Exactly.
and they are our
basically,
Nigerian
my
representatives.
final thoughts
So do you mean that all these issues, they had like a lot of issues in season 2, and for him not to come back in season 3, they had a video call in season 3. He was in Nigeria, and at some point where she couldn't take it anymore, she had to go back to Nigeria. Where he said that, where she said innocent, he said that what, whatever thing you're going through, if you want to come back home, I'm gonna book you
your
flight, and then you come back,
her
and then
come
have
back home.
and that was when she
Perfect.
went back, and she had to go back to Nigeria, and then he booked a flight for her, and I think that was when Inedo actually she got on the show, and he was actually not in South Africa.
Yeah, and he was in
and
Nigeria
then she
at
was
the
in
time.
Nigeria as at that time. But yeah, we know that probably Two-Face wasn't like a part of the show, but he was just there just because he's the husband to a cast
And
on the
they had
show.
like the season 2 was
It was chaotic.
It was around their marriage.
It was
That's when they
really
did
not
their vow
good. Yeah,
renewals.
it was really not good. But the thing about reality shows, and this particular one, is that if I'm ever going to be on a reality show, I'm probably going to be myself 100%, but you know how to like zip your mouth, because a lot of people, they are really toxic. A lot of them, they are dishonest, they are bittered. Nobody likes you. Just like when you always say that if you go on a particular show, or maybe any show at all, nobody's your friend.
Yeah.
Nobody's your
Do you
friend,
understand?
yeah.
Nobody's your friend,
It's
because
business.
what you said about how Fantana had to go and meet Annie, and then she went back to download everything and
Nadia
all
and
and
then
all. I'm not
Swanky.
me. I would not do that. I actually will not do that. Only if I see that it's probably going to affect the person really well. I will be careful of this kind of thing. Oh, this is what the person. But then, as I was having to now say, oh, this person's my friend, I'm going to have to like download everything. The tension between the both of them. You're just adding more fuel to the fire.
Okay,
and
so-
that was, and that's not the only situation where that thing happened. I think with some other people too, when you have conversations with people, and then next thing you have to go and download it to the person in question. Maybe it was part of the.
I mean, we saw the same thing on Real Housewives of Lagos as well. But like, I wanted to say, so like, YFA has like a peculiar side to it. And the peculiar side is the fact that for the show, they're actually friends. There are people that are on the show that are actual friends. Like Swanky and Fantana are friends. Swanky and Annie, they were very, very, very close friends. Kanye as well and Andile, they're like really, really close. Kanye and Naked as well. They're almost like family.
Sorry.
Right? You see people that they came to the show already being friends with each other and then having like a huge ass like loyalty situation. So this is not a case of they all met on the show. No, these are friends that some of them have known each other for years.
I know it's the same thing. I'm actually even relating it to in real sense, not on a show. I'm just saying, like, if it was me, I probably would not do that.
Somebody says something, somebody that is not your friend, say something to you about your friend.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, if I know that there's a particular tension on the ground, not like having to add more to it. So I'm saying personally, I would probably not just like download everything. But if it comes to me having to, if there's a need to. But don't you think
that's you being dishonest?
How? But there's a need. There's a need already. There's a need already.
Okay.
Because if you don't tell your friend exactly what the other person has said, you are being dishonest to your own friend.
I'm going to give you an example.
Okay.
And I don't even want to seem like a terrible person.
You are, actually. But
I'm not a terrible person. So, like, we're 3 hosts on the show.
Yeah.
You know, somebody comes on the show as a guest host. I don't know the person, right? And after we finish filming, the person calls me and says, "Oh, Dayo, I heard it's terrible. Look at her." And I probably saw that y'all at like tension when she came in. So she obviously doesn't like you. And she's like, we're not even like friends like that, but I will tell you.
I know.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
You won't tell him.
Dayo, do you know why? When I come back next week, who am I seeing here? It's you.
But now,
that's why I will tell you.
So wait,
I don't know the.
Hey,
I want to use the swear word.
Yeah, we go fight for this set like this now. So if that happened to you and somebody came and said, "Oh, they didn't like Daffy for whatever reason," and they tell you, you won't tell him.
No.
Why?
It's not necessary.
I respect.
Why do I? No, because I feel like it's going to hurt the person. So,
hello, camera. Do you have a stick, please?
Calm your teeth.
No, I would not tell you. I would not. That's I would not. If he's in that situation, I will not.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's all right.
That's not all right, but whatever. I'm blocking her number afterwards. Can I have my phone so I can block her number?
Yeah. So, one other thing to talk about on the show, which was very fascinating to me, was how I get that Annie was crazy, and she was crazy to everybody, but it was almost it was like the way everybody just kind of like abandoned her after our episodes for me.
Okay.
But everybody has their own share in the sense that I feel like she had issues with, one, and then she had like different issues with almost everybody, and everybody's like, I'm also going through a lot, just like Nadia said when she said, "Oh, I went through a miscarriage," and things like that. Nadia actually lost someone. Lost her. I don't want to use the word ex, but lost her partner, right? And that's very deep. Somebody that you've been with for a long time. This person actually died, right? And
it's like losing a husband,
just like that. And she comes and says that even I've lost somebody, I have to, find a coping mechanism so that it doesn't rub off on other people. But if you're going through stuff, I think just go through it alone. When you go outside, you don't have to bring all of that and then, it affects every other person. So I think that was where Annie actually got it wrong. You understand that, yes, you're going through something, but I don't have to pity you for whatever happened to you.
Do we all still
Do you
realize
understand?
that we just said it like a few minutes ago that this woman had like mental health struggles? So half the time, I don't think she was doing things that were in her character, because we've seen her in previous seasons. She wasn't this crazy. I'm sorry to use the word crazy.
It's how it is. I feel like I want to even like boldly add that there was a Nigerianness in some things that she did on that show. There
were a lot of like Nigerianness.
There were a lot of
like us saying they would beat Swanky up in Lagos.
It gave off.
I wish I could use that word someday. If I catch you outside, they go
He gave off tacky. He gave off.
Yeah, he gave off
too
tacky.
Nigerian.
Then she was like, even Diamond calls him Baba, Baba, Baba. Nobody calls Two-Face Baba, please.
No. Hey, you get it wrong.
No, Baba.
See,
No,
that's
Baba.
that's in the Nigerianness of what I'm saying.
See, like in the music industry, of course, like the people in his circle, like of course, but half the time, the people that matter, the people that actually listen to music don't regard him as Baba.
That's not true.
They don't.
No, that's actually not true.
Okay.
Now here's the thing.
I for one don't regard him as Baba.
Now you with that.
That's you, Daffy.
Yeah.
See, like I said, there's a Nigerianness in most of the things that we do. Like, we are very cultural. We are very, very deep, with our roots and stuff. We take it everywhere we go. And sometimes it could be good. Sometimes it could just be tacky.
Yeah.
Now, the good part of us being cultural and how we relate to YFA is, let me just touch on the Two-Face thing you just mentioned. Two-Face is actually like a Nigerian icon. But it's just that we're in a country where...
I mean, he's a legend.
It's actually like... to
Via
be a
his music.
name, that people still talk about like since like 1990 till, do you know many artists that have fallen off? Even
That we
artists
actually don't
that
know.
even came up like 10 years ago that we actually do not talk about as relevant and as important as Tu Baba is. It is not an easy feat, and because of that, his reverence, like people see, like to have Tu Baba in your space.
I wanted to ask
is
you
a
one
big
question.
deal.
I wanted to ask you one question. In your personal opinion, do you think Two-Face himself, now take his music away, do you think Two-Face himself is doing enough or has done enough in the last 6 years to keep himself as the legend status that he has?
It might not be.
Sure.
It might not see it.
The question
Not
is very
everything.
direct.
Now,
Do you think so?
I know that you expect a yes or no response, but here's the thing: there's dynamics to this kind of things. I've heard that he like owns like a foundation and he has refused to make public. He does
So I said
a
everything
lot of
will not be
underground
public,
stuff.
yes.
There are many artists that he links up with, like to get features and stuff
That's not what
that
I'm
we
saying.
do
That's not
not
what I'm
see.
saying.
No,
what I'm saying is,
same
no,
thing.
what I'm,
Like, we don't expect Two-Face now,
Listen, what I'm saying is, what is he actively doing for his music to keep the
Okay, let me answer.
Wait,
You don't have to sing.
hold on. His music is
You don't
doing.
have to sing.
But what is it? I'm not talking about singing.
you
What
don't
is
actually have
he
to sing.
doing?
No, chill.
What I'm asking is, what is he doing?
Okay, let me answer you now.
I'm not talking about his music. I'm not expecting Two-Face to release new music. Half the time, I don't think his new music
asking
would
us
even be
what
as
to do.
good
How are we
as.
supposed to know? So you say something is not
wait, let
public.
me
How
answer.
do we know that?
Doing staying relevant.
Yeah.
That is what he's doing, staying relevant. Like we don't need to know what Two-Face is doing to stay. So long he's.
How do you think he's staying relevant? Do you think he's relevant?
Boy,
Like
please,
aside
let's
from
move past this one.
Chill.
Aside from the marriage mess, what do you think? How is he staying relevant?
No publicity.
Bama?
No publicity is
Bama.
bad publicity.
Bama.
What's Bama? He's their brand ambassador.
Bama.
He's also their brand. He's also Raimo's brand
Bama.
ambassador.
But
Raimo? Okay.
But here's the thing.
What's the
Two-Face has
next
paid
Can we
money.
move past this
What's
one?
the next
no,
thing?
I'm not doing
No.
He's-
So that's the thing I do. That's the thing I do. I will take away the artist from the music every day, every
But
time.
you really cannot. The only reason why we know the artist
Davido
is because of
lives
what they're
by
doing.
being
no,
in
I
one
don't
mess or
want
the
to
other
call
every
a very
other
recent
week.
artist.
But is his music danceable? Yes. Is he a messy individual? Yes.
And you're not messy.
Girl, like I could be messy, but you're a celebrity. You have numbers.
But you have numbers as well.
I don't have enough numbers.
But you have numbers. You're accountable to your whatever number of followers you have.
But like I'm not as messy as these people.
But that's the thing, in your
We
in
don't
your own.
see it.
No, chill.
We don't even see
Chill.
it.
Can
You
I
don't
even
see
land?
what?
Now here's the thing. You have a number of followers.
yeah.
4,000-ish. The same way you really do not care that you're a mess. It's the same way they don't care. That's how it is for them. To them, it's just numbers on social media.
Honestly, I'm not talking about it from the point of view that they care. It's really none of my business what they think. I'm talking about it from the point of view from a consumer POV. Like everything I know about these rando boys is not by my choice. What is it? Why do you live
You
off?
can mute them on social media.
Why do you live off being on the blogs every other week?
But
Why are you doing nonsense that we cannot see?
I agree
Please.
now. We can move into the next point. I think I'm
Keep your rubbish.
You said something about fights.
Pettiest fight this season.
Even the fight itself, if we enter this fight, we still one drag.
No,
No, I don't think
True.
you would.
No.
So here's the thing, like when you're talking about a show that includes
I want to get to the tea.
When you're
which is
talking about-
Fontana and Diamond, please. Continue.
What are you doing?
I want to talk about
You seem
the
like
both
someone
of
that
them.
would like Diamond.
Ew, I reject it for you.
I even just for myself. No.
Love it. Okay, pettiest fight this season. I'm voting Louis and Fontana.
Really?
Episode 2.
Really?
It was there was no need for it.
Oh, Pets Years.
Yeah,
I
Pets
thought we were talking something else.
There was
Pets
no need
Years.
for it. There was absolutely no need.
I feel like since
And then
Fontana was...
he said something when he told Naked to name 3 of her songs, and then in Naked's confessional,
Does she have a song?
Fontana was like, Naked literally brought me to essay. He'll be able to name all my songs. And then Naked says in his confessional, does Fontana even have 3 songs? I died. No, I died.
That was
I
petty.
died.
That went far.
Naked, you're a mean person. You're not a good person in any way.
And he was like, you sleep with women, you do it, so you're also doing the same thing. But
Yeah.
see, most times I hate it when women feel like they have the
Did you say
power.
women? Like... Or
Women.
Okay, you couldn't have said women. Okay.
Like,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just misheard.
woman.
Oh, yeah.
I genuinely believe that you have drugs in your system.
Fuck you, bro.
So when they feel like
problem.
they offend or they have the power and the authority to actually talk to a man anyhow, I would never do that. I don't do that.
You don't
No matter
subscribe. I like that.
how...
Yeah.
No matter what the person would accept is, on a 50-50, where you do something that triggers me and then I have to. But not the fact that you feel like you can talk to a man anyhow, and when the man responds, you feel attacked. But you started it first. Do you understand?
I forgot what she said. She jabbed him first.
She started it first, and this guy would literally just sit down. So most times you are used to not. Oh, you ought to be a man. You ought to be a man. So you should not respond to anything that I say. But I like the fact that Louis responded to her. And you know what? I cannot sit here having
I
you
do
talking
agree.
to me.
I think
anyhow.
that Louis is incredibly misunderstood, and he was picked on.
A lot of times, I think he was picked
Yeah.
on in season 2. I guess
Even
in
on
season
season 3,
season
yeah,
two.
three,
But
what,
do you know why I said in season 3? He said that, you know what, I've always sat down and I would not respond to
taking the
anything
rubbish.
and taking all of the rubbish. But you know what, in this season, I would not do that anymore. I would respond to them, and that's why I feel like most times, certain women, not all of them, certain women, you just feel like, oh, because this person is on to you, you get to speak to the person anyhow, or because this person is close to you, I've seen a lot of women rubbish down a man, and the man just sit down there and not respond. Please, I'm telling you, open your mouth and give them back. Now,
I support every instance where a woman is making a man feel like rubbish. I totally support it.
You try that with me.
Sorry.
You will try. Wait, what did you just say?
I support every
Even when it's not right.
every situation where a woman is making a man feel like rubbish.
Sorry, can the camera
That one
not
is
put
you.
English shots when
That
they're
one
saying
is
this
you.
thing?
But what I'm just saying,
support
no,
it.
that's you.
only that
Anybody.
I'm not even joking. Like, you can't even white shorts. You can't have me in this shot. We're recording, but you can't have me
support
when never.
That one should be.
Like-
It should be
like,
just
I
him.
close up.
Close up, just
support.
him.
I
But
clocked the tea with what she said.
But
you know.
honestly,
Yeah.
we should.
No, I
we
also
should
agree.
tend to
I also agree with
respect.
what you said.
We should tend to respect
A lot of
this
times,
man.
like, there are certain women that do feel like, and this is like still me being a full feminist with my chest. I'm saying this. A lot of times, like, women tend to, like, some women tend to rubbish some men on purpose, like, pick on them. I don't support bullying in any way.
Okay.
But, like, the male gender.
Do you feel like Fontana was bullying Louis?
At some point, yes.
Like, the way she came at him.
At some point, yes.
During that fight, the fight on
Yeah.
episode 2 at Kefilwa's
event, yeah.
It was
And I love the
unnecessary.
fact
She shouldn't
that
have
he
spoken
responded.
because even when they ended the fight, like they stopped it the first time, she went on and on and on and on and on. So I do feel like Fontana bullied Louis to an extent, and I think that also like the entire group, because when he had that fight with Ini as well, and Swanky did the whole
It was
I
unnecessary.
really don't appreciate
yes,
it.
it was
Yeah,
unnecessary.
so I think
Very unnecessary. You know how your Yoruba will say, is it Gbeja or Nija? Like carrying someone else's fight, and it's not even a
No, but I
fight.
support when you carry your friend's fight too. I support that too.
know feel-
But if it's unnecessary, that's the
No, that
thing.
was very
I don't like
unnecessary.
unnecessary situations.
It was very unnecessary because
Yeah.
this guy, has a situation, and he did not know
Yeah,
how
he
to
genuinely
go about
like
it.
he was just confused.
He was
honestly.
confused, and he
That
felt
boy was
like,
confused. And he felt
this
like he
person
needed
came
help.
on this show. You went through surrogacy.
It was very
to have
wrong
your
for him to
child.
parade women like
And-
that. But then, yeah,
Did he do anything wrong?
No, he was wrong.
it was wrong.
He was wrong.
It was wrong. It was
Like,
very wrong.
when people
And these are women that like, why are you doing like an audition
But
for
why did they
women to
come?
carry your baby?
But that's what they do.
It's not about
now.
it's not about them coming. It's about who put up the intention, who set it up. They will come, of course. These are women that know him. What if he told them that, he wanted to invite them somewhere? He
But
could
they knew
have
it was for surrogacy.
even if they knew it was for surrogacy, he could have had this conversation with them personally.
Yeah,
Why are
like,
you doing an
having-
audition style for women that want
On
to
the
carry your
show.
baby?
on the show.
On the
because it's
show.
on the show.
It's not even because it's on the show. Even if it
was
wasn't
part
on
of
the
the
show,
reason for me.
why are you? No, that's like a big factor. But why are you doing an audition style situation for women that want to carry your baby?
Audition style situation is what he's saying now.
Like, why are you auditioning? Like, why are you
Like,
calling
it's not
them?
like you're
and
coming
they're
for a reality
waiting.
TV
Exactly,
show and
they're
they're, like,
waiting. One
lounging
is going
somewhere,
in,
somebody's
the other one is
going, "Oh, I
going
wasn't
in.
a
It
good
doesn't
fit."
make any sense.
For where?
But wait, when Kim,
No, that was
Kim
degrading to
Kardashian
women.
wanted to look for surrogate, she also had like an audition.
Kim is a woman.
Kim is Kim. Like, no,
Because
wait.
she's a woman?
No, I don't. Not because she's a woman, but because
Because-
she's Kim. Like, that's how they are. They build their life to show everything that they
No,
do to
no,
the
it's-
public.
So-
No. That's their trajectory.
That's who they are. But to an extent, I feel like as a woman, especially a woman that has carried a child before, who is Kim? Kim can do that. And again, Kim did that with professional surrogacy carriers, or what do we
Yeah.
call them?
Okay, yeah.
These
yeah.
are people that came
He
from an
know- okay.
agency. These
Oh,
are women
true,
that
true.
you know, like regular women that have accepted to
Oh.
carry your baby. Why are you doing audition for them? If it was an agency that said, okay, good afternoon, Mr. Louis, I'm sending you
sure.
4 women today. You've seen their pictures. These are the shortlisted the ones that you pick. You want to have a conversation with them. They're coming to your office by 4. Keep them in the waiting room. They come to his office to have a conversation with him, his sister, and maybe his brother, people that are involved and want him to have a baby.
Yeah.
That's fine. But these are women that,
but-
he has
okay,
even, I
let's
think he
say-
even dated one of them. One was
One.
like an ex or
One,
something.
yeah.
Which
Or
one?
one. He had
Last
like,
one.
not dated, but they had
I don't
like
think
a...
No,
last
he
one.
had.
Think
He
it's
was
the situation.
attracted.
Situation.
He just
Yeah.
attracted. He didn't.
Why are you
date
doing
them.
that to them?
But honestly, for the females, if they felt offended, they should not have come. That one is one. 2, he didn't know so much about it.
Then
and now
why didn't
all
you
thanks
consult?
to see, there are most times where
Why didn't you
he had
ask?
the conversation with his sister or something, and they were talking about all of these things, and he's in a state where you don't know any better. But after that, after Ini explained and said that it is wrong, he took the correction and he was like, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know any better. So let's not accuse him for that. And then the fact that Sakib was there, I love that guy, on the show, having to say, I don't know anything about this, but
And Shakib stayed.
he stayed.
Yeah, he
and then
didn't realize
did
that
the
there was
needful.
anything wrong with that.
He did the needful because Louis
Go,
would not do
Shakib.
anything.
Good boy.
Louis would not do
Supportive
anything.
friend.
Just like the guy
Yeah.
the girl that came in and said she has a boyfriend, and he's asking, he was very direct, very honest. He didn't beat about the bush. You have a boyfriend and you want to carry another person's child. As how now?
I didn't agree with a lot of Shakib's questions.
Really.
It's none of his business if she has a boyfriend. That's do you know if...
There'll be interference, so.
Do you
There
know...
won't be,
Wait,
no.
hold
Usually
on.
for-
She's a surrogate. She's a surrogate.
She's not going to terminate her life
She
for the entirety of
has
carrying
had-
for the
she has
gestation
probably-
period of the
with
Will you
child.
a
allow your
pregnancy.
girlfriend be a surrogate to another person's I've been
Well, I
around
don't like that
for
the
a man?
questions
If that's what she
I'll
wants.
ask you now.
Wait,
now.
chill, like,
How
chill.
you go
So
take
wait,
feel?
no, chill.
All the
You have asked me, let me
cramping,
answer.
all the.
Let her answer.
Oh yeah.
Let her answer.
answer.
Thank you. Now, because I want you to be a surrogate for my child, I don't expect you to pause your life for me. Like, I do not expect. I would love that you do, but it's not like a like I'm
Nobody's
not
even
forcing it on
no
you.
surrogates is even forcing their
continue.
life.
Let me
it's
tell
like a
you.
job.
No,
You have the
it's a-
baby.
yeah.
It's
Let
a
me-
job.
let
You
me
have
ask
your
you.
baby.
No.
Like I'll talk to my you should talk to your man and okay
Yes,
for
she would have
the
probably had a
duration
conversation
of
with her
this
man.
pregnancy we're not supposed to be intimate and stuff.
pregnancy
so that
now.
sperms don't mix and you get what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on. Now, the reason why Sakib actually asked that question, I love it because do you know that being a surrogate, even if the child is not your own, right? You're still going to feel all of the hormones, everything
course.
you feel.
Obviously.
So now there is cramping, there
And
is
motherhood
this,
is hard,
there
guys.
is that, and there
It's
is
hard
a
work.
man with you, and this person is your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
You're not carrying another person's child. You're a surrogate, right? That one is fine. So all of these emotions that you're feeling at that point, where is the place of the guy? That's what I'm asking you.
Oje
The guy-
Kamani understanding like you.
Do you understand?
I had to speak Yoruba. Oje Kamani understanding. We do need to be having understanding. So I feel like the problem in this situation is if the person, the surrogate, and her boyfriend understand the situation and what it's like, they have no attachment with it. It's almost like that pregnancy is not even there.
Okay, I heard you. Yeah,
It's almost like the
problem.
Some
pregnancy
people
is
know
not
how
there.
to do this thing. There are people that's their job.
There's
They
a woman on
carry
Instagram
babies
that I
for
saw.
people.
She was on her
It's
seventh pregnancy.
not a surrogate. She's not a surrogate. Like she's not a all of them that came
No,
there.
for the purpose
they
of
were
that
not
situation, they're
professional.
surrogates.
They're not a professional surrogate. They don't.
So you're saying
like,
that
they've
they
not
don't have
taught
the training
them.
yet?
They don't have that training. They don't have all of that. That's what I'm saying. For referring back to Kim Kardashian, we're going through, and I actually saw the process and all for, her surrogate and all, the rules, the regulation. That's her
they have to
job.
sign an NDA.
Yes, that's her job. That all the things down to what she would eat, down to every single thing that she would do. They took total control. And that's why I'm now saying that now if she had a partner, then she understands there are different things. There's no bonding. She has been trained to do that. But this person is not trained. Have you been with a pregnant woman before? You know that, see, there'll be bond. She's not expected to have any bond with the child because she's professional.
I'm also very sure that...
I'm talking about the issues where you say, oh, my leg is paining me. I'm feeling this. For the girl that, maybe Kim Kardashian took and all, they'll probably provide all of that. Maybe when she's having cramping, there's there's staff to attend to her needs and things like that. But this person is different. This one is different. That's what I'm saying.
No, but they'll provide that too. So what I'm saying is, they'll probably use one of the best, or they'll use a clinic or a hospital that is tailored to IVF, surrogacy, and all of that stuff.
Fertility and the rest.
Exactly. And also there will be a doctor that would go through this same process with the surrogate. So even if your surrogate is your sister, she would also have to go through this process of the doctors talking to her about these things. So it's not like she's just coming. This is just the first process of them picking her. I guess it's because
I'm a woman, so you don't understand the point which I'm coming from. But anyways, let's move on to Sakib, my guy. That's like the main guy for me in that show. I really love him.
It doesn't have girls.
It doesn't have what?
Yeah.
What's your always baby do?
No, I'm just saying, sure. I'm not
the reason why I like him because I feel like he's so matured. Even if he's young, he behaved himself.
I said that young.
27. Even when Annie said that he's young, I like the fact that also Zari, kudos to her. I understand that she has been she is in the limelight, having children. I think 5 children now.
5, yeah.
5 for Diamond.
Not for them.
How many?
Not only him.
No, two for Diamond. The last 2.
The guy's working out today.
And then she has like 5.
No, I went to show Nigeria, just like,
So you have she has 5 children, and the fact that this person comes in and you're taking the role, and she is submitting to him. I've never seen in all of the episodes. Maybe outside, or maybe it happened, but in this, on camera, she did not at any point, have to shout at him, even if she's older, have to like tell him that, you're a small boy, you can't be telling me what to do. Even at the last episode where she was fighting with Kefi and she had to go apologize to him and say, I'm sorry, I would listen to you now. And she has, and the guy's like,
That's
so
so
I'm like,
cute.
that's so cute. So he is very matured, even having to talk to
I have
Diamond.
things to say, but I don't want to ruin.
Wicked feminist. That's
reputation
your
a lot
own.
more.
That's your own this thing. But when he had to also go and meet up with Diamond actually thought he was gonna have problem with him. But after having a conversation with Diamond, you know what? Diamond's like, this guy is really good. I really like him. He understands things from a certain point of view.
He's mature.
He's mature. He's really good. He's really so that's why I said I like Sekip. That guy's my guy, and he's very fine. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah, talk.
I don't have anything to say about Shakib.
I honestly don't have anything to say about Shakib. The only thing I have to say is, I mean, I like Zari. Zari is an alpha woman. She's amazing. And yes, she has a thing for young men. We like that.
Is that a bad thing?
No, it's not a bad thing. We don't care about age over here.
Age
No,
is
we
just a
don't.
number. Should you watch that word film?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I'm going to relate the entire situation to Shakib, right? I did think that to an extent it was
I didn't find my
insecure
nails.
because he had a conversation with. I understand that they
Diamond.
were already married before the wedding, but he had a conversation with Naked right before the ceremony.
Yeah.
Where he was talking to Naked about
That was scripted.
Zari's
That was
situation
It was
scripted.
with
fucking-
Diamond.
See, it
It
was
felt-
scripted.
See, it felt like there was a
That one is
teleprompter,
scripted.
like-
Yes. It was.
So
It was
but
then, like,
1001
in
scripted.
my defense, Shakib.
Because how will you have
Shakib-
that conversation on your wedding day?
every time Shakib talks, it's like he's reading from a teleprompter.
He might not. He's a boxer, and I think it's because of the wedding. He just has to like be on the show. So
need to
that
wrap it
for
up,
that.
you guys.
But anyways, it was a beautiful season. I actually loved it, and then it's fact that. Please, will they be able to bring this kind of thing to Nigeria? Like, let's do something.
Like a
with
soul
this-
Nigerian. Like,
Just Nigerian,
Yeah.
I would love it.
That would be fun.
I would love it to revolve around just like musicians. Like, I want to see what like
musicians
Burner is in like a home setting. I want to see what rehearsals is like for Wiz. I want
I
to see
think
just like
that-
how they relate to other people. I don't know, like a generic insight to what
Actually,
they're
yeah,
like.
it's just like when you have like these 100 questions with Vogue, kind of thing, that kind of thing. I always said that I would love to have this kind of show in Nigeria. Well, when I thought about planning with somebody and the person was like, don't even go there.
No, it could work. It could work.
it could
you just
work.
need to
It
partner
could
with a
work.
brand. You could partner with
I
Gemini.
mean, Marie Claire
Talk to your
did something like
producers.
that recently.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it will be cute.
But I
It will
would
be
love
cute.
to see how that will happen here because a lot of times, in the US, we have different shows that shows the inside life of some of these people.
Architectural
but we
digest.
rarely, but
Yeah.
we rarely have that
Vogue.
in Nigeria.
We used to have that with
like
MTV Base.
Yeah,
but
we
at some
used to have
point
that with MTV.
he just like went off because I know then they went to
And I think
P-Square's
there's a
house and
show
things
on
like that.
on Netflix that was solely for that. I think on Netflix or Showmax.
Showmax, so.
I
Was it a
don't
show,
think it would have been Netflix. I don't know. I didn't catch it at any point.
Yeah, but it was a show and it was specifically for music stars.
But not Nigerian, African.
Nigerian,
I guess.
Nigerian.
Oh, just Nigerian?
Yeah, I would look
So
up
we
the
have
show
we
after
have some
this
of that
episode.
too in South Africa. I feel
Yeah.
like we have like so many reality shows and so many shows like that in South Africa, but we need to actually do more with Nigerian reality shows, like starting to have to invest in it. But before Netflix to actually come and invest in it, there has to be something that would
There has to be a
warrant
need
them,
for it.
to have to invest in something like that.
I really do
But
hope that we were able to cover as many
we did.
stuff about YFA as possible.
Anything you think we didn't cover?
Who do
about
you
what's
think?
better said?
Who do you think you would not see in season 4?
Season 4.
Annie.
Oh. I really don't know. I know Annie's coming back.
Annie will definitely come back. She brings the drama to the show.
Yeah, but I really
so
don't know.
obviously-
I really don't
I don't know how impactful Ini was for me in Abong Edo. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I really didn't.
I would love like a swap. Like, if Tucker comes
I
in place
really
of
didn't
Ini.
see Ini that much this season.
Hey,
I mean, she had
we
screen
almost
time.
wrapped up without talking about their tacky edges, like the wigs, like how they're never laid properly. I'm sorry, but I caught that. Like Annie's wigs, it never slips on her head.
I don't talk
like,
about women's feet.
Girl, man, it's not a feature. It's an
Waka.
ability to have a proper stylist and not an under budget head stylist. Like have somebody that will put hair on your head well and make you look like a princess and not looking like a
Because
papa
you
in a
carry
gown.
what do you call this thing?
It's spots and waves, baby. I take care of my hair nice. But you get what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be on a fucking show like that, like, bitch, don't fucking touch my hair. Like,
That's all, guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you listen right. Go jam it. Why are you looking at me like that? Our video
That's not even how we wrap up the show. Like, how you guys doing this? So, like,
Oh, yeah, do fast now. Let's
I don't want to be one. I'll do all the time.
Make sure you follow us everywhere on all
don't follow
social media.
Follow me to my house.
You can as well follow us on our personal handles as well.
If you don't want to follow me on personal handle, that's your problem.
Publish that. But yeah, do follow Is It Scripted Podcast on all our social media handles. You'll find them in our captions, on screen, and all of that good stuff. Subscribe, like everything, share
I have
everything.
an OnlyFans.
And guys, anybody that has an OnlyFans, please do not subscribe to that. I hope that you never get. I hope that you never get to experience that torture.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
$9 per month.
Thank you, Kachi, for putting up with us.
$9 per month.